love reading, apparently. We're going to talk about the mandala of your heart. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch.
Mom,
Yo,
if you're ever on the run from murdering someone, don't take any pictures with your tongue out, because it's just, they can track your tongue just like they can track your fingertips.
your tongue is trackable. Okay, good to know. I'm sure if you're a murderer,
Just don't,
you're not taking selfies with your tongue out.
you never know.
You never know.
Hey!
All right, I am your yogi, your
She's
guru,
eating my paw.
your evangelist, your North American Sybil. I am your messenger god, the first child of God. LILITH said the yogi, and then I turned straight to it. Yogi. I am your messenger god, the first child of God. I am the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. I was trying to relax, but I can't. There's anticipation that makes me want to check the cards for tomorrow. And before I could do that, I have to get rid of the card that's already up there. So maybe I don't need to. I just need to check in with this card. What do you think? Well, whatever. It's standing in my way on page 109. Some aspects of our life fall apart or don't go to plan. This is so that they can come back together in a beautiful new way. I find this as a scary fucking threat. Why? Just when you think all hope is lost and that it's done. Pac showed me this. I'll never forget it. How many times have I done this with Bobby? Oh man, 3 years. I'd be so ending this shit for ever. It's over. It's over. It's over. And then one time, I don't know when he showed me this vision. One time I'm saying that, and I'm in this trance, and I'm talking about it's over, it's over, and he shows me this vision of fucking, I don't know if it's Michael Myers or Jason, whatever, hiding behind a tree and shit, and he's sitting there laughing, and he's trying to describe that this is that twin flame bullshit. It's never over. So when I read shit like this, the triggered me would be like, what the fuck do I need to do to end this? I'd be so mad. It's like, this is a threat. It's not over. It's not over. I don't know. You think it is. And then somehow, like, God brings back these fucking hidden characters in your life that you swore died. It's like, didn't you die? We'd be killing off people. I do. I'd be killing off relationships and all kinds of things inside of my head until I realize they're still alive. You're alive. Anyways, going back to it. It's kind of funny because before this, as I was reading it, I was thinking about the Kali card. It's like all destruction, all destruction. But that's it. As soon as you destroy it, it comes back together in a new form. Really? Yes. Just add a little fire. Um, Trust in the goodness and the inevitable blessing of your destiny falling into place. Do not trust your fears. Put your faith in the love of your heart. A heartfelt wish is going to manifest. I'm not going to sing the song. And you wish upon a star. Yeah, that song. Um, all weekend we've been talking about the language of your heart and how it drives you, and that's how you connect to your soul, and this whole journey begins. So that's what it's talking about. The mandala of the heart is an expression of divine feminine power within. It is the life-changing experience of love, healing, compassion, deep repair, and I'm getting a download. And restoration that can only happen when we feel safe and loved enough to truly let go. What was the download? It said there's a reward for your sacrifice. They honor your sacrifice. Meaning what? I did the right thing. In the name of God, I sacrificed. I not this time. Most times I'm just like, well, it's like I didn't want this to end, but I have to do the right thing. And that's honorable by God, and it will be rewarded. is what I got as I was reading. Really? Yeah, sacrifices equal rewards. It's not like I just, you know what I mean, threw it to the wind, gave it to the wolves. I was working real hard at it. And God said that I had to do it the right way. And that's what happened. It is a life changing experience of love, healing, compassion, deep repair, and restoration that can only happen when we feel safe and loved enough to truly let go. Despite what the wounded opinions of ego might have once believed, love is the most powerful consciousness on the planet. It is also highly intelligent. As we open up to heal with the frequency of love in our hearts, we naturally invoke positive effects in the lives of others. We attract positive intervention from spirit. Pathways open up and magic happens. Love is the path to transformational and alchemical and the miraculous. It is the means by which negative patterns are reversed and the original purity and beauty of our innate spiritual perfection can manifest itself in all dimensions, including the physical. What are they talking about? Listen to your heart. It's giving you guidance out of love. Going back to my argument with God, it's a conversation not outside of me where I'm looking in the trees. Where's that coming from? Where are you, God? I can't see you. No, it's inside my heart. And when he was telling me not to go to work that day because I have a period and this is going to crush me. And I'm like, come on, God. This is a message of love. He's asking you to sacrifice this out of love for yourself. Your heart is always trying to get you to do things out of love. And when you open up to that love, that's where all the doors open up with it. You're walking in love for yourself and for this voice inside of you. Really? And I promise you, when you do these kind of steps, it's not easy because you're going against your own mind's knowing. Your every voice inside of your head is telling you no. R. Kelly. We may feel that we are bumbling along, yet we are blessed with the invisible, powerful field of grace moving with us, ensuring that our actions yield the best outcomes and that we attract what we truly want and need. The heart has access to wisdom more powerful than logic, which can overcome any obstacles. And that's what it is. Your heart's sending out frequencies. Hey, there's somebody in the shit. What does it say? Hello. Do you do free readings? Yes. High Priestess Phoenix, the number 6 at Gmail. Um, let's see. To enter, where are we at? Sorry, I looked down and I saw something. Um, your heart is sending out. That's what I mean. It's calling in your next challenge so you can overcome it, be empowered, and it can be more free to express itself. Every time you have a victory over something, you become more empowered, right? So there's these people that chase challenges, but life is challenging enough that you don't need to chase it. The internal challenges are enough to get you spiritually evolved much quicker than any kind of other forms of success. Realistically, I mean, you could spend your whole life trying to win a gold medal, but you could be fighting, you know what I mean, inner demons every week, all week, and winning all the gold, you know what I mean, just by having the right mindset afterwards. That gold medal is just a one track mindset. You're on a track to one thing and one thing only, and determination to get only one thing. When you start working through your heart, it'll take you on adventures of all different things, and now you're accomplishing great feats in all areas of your life that you had inside of you, but it took a lot of mental training for you to go after such desires of the heart. Just small shit, bro. I'm so serious. Something very simplistic. As a Colorado native, first off, I never did the Red Rocks thing. It was the most common thing. Everybody was just leave the city and go to Red Rocks and hike and get high or do whatever. It was like going to the beach in California. Really, it was just the most common thing, but I never experienced it as a native. One thing I really truly never did and I always wanted to do was go to the hot springs. I made it a date and I did it. I think it was the full moon in Libra. I think it was when I was guided to do it. And it was a beautiful thing. And it's like, why did I never do this sooner? It's that, the callings of the heart, where you actually just make time for yourself and do what yourself is calling you to do. Go on that adventure, or, you know what I mean? talk to that person, or you know what I mean, do karaoke. That was hard. So funny. Karaoke is hard for you? I mean, this was years ago. I'm well trained in singing songs now. Okay, the heart has access to wisdom more powerful than logic, which can overcome any obstacles. To enter into that wisdom, we have to trust in something greater than our own opinion and our own alliance to our history. I talked about that in my earlier video. Is like you have to have a trust and a faith in the things you cannot see. It's a vision, it's a calling from your heart. You know what I mean? People that fantasize about leaving America and going to, to live abroad somewhere in Europe or wherever the fuck they decide to go. It's a calling from their heart. They have every reason not to go and do this shit. And this could end badly, and then they could lose everything, or something bad could happen to them. Dude, my daughter, every time I go anywhere by myself, she's like, don't get woman napped. She's like, thinks I'm gonna get kidnapped everywhere I go, but she calls it woman napped. I'm like, that's just negative thinking. Something like that. But at the same time, I won't go hiking too far up the mountains by myself where nobody knows that I'm there, and I could like maybe never come home one day. But in essence of that, it's a calling from your heart. And it takes a lot of preparation, and it takes a lot of time before you can actually call it. And you're still scared. You don't fully know. Everybody can tell you it's going to be great. And I've been there before, and it's going to be great, and it's going to be great. But you still have all of your internal fears. You're leaving everything you know behind on this vision. And as I say this story, Mother Cabrini, that's that picture back there, she was from the Vatican, and she had a vision in her heart to come to Colorado. And that's Mother Cabrini's shrine up there, up the mountain. Really beautiful story, dude. And that was it. She was a faithful servant of God, and that's where they come from. Back to, jeez, my favorite story is where's that little guy at? He's hiding behind there. My little guy. This is a representation of St. Patrick. Thank you very much. You're like, damn, you're such a child. It's called it the inner child. My kids brought me to it, and I was like, it looks like a saint. I was like, maybe it's St. Patrick. And we stuck with it. Really? Yeah, I got a book about him later. And he taught me how he built the churches and all this great stuff. He was near, what was the story? He was like 42, 48, 40 something, dude. He was old when God told him to go out and do all this shit. You're never too old to have an adventure. He'll give you the vision, and he'll open the doors as long as you're brave enough to walk through them. And that's what this all talks about. The heart is more connected to the universal heart. It is a holographic emanation, part of the sacred mandala of the divine feminine heart. As such, holds divine genius and power. It wants to manifest that which is evolving, new, inspired, and beautiful. To believe in to believe that history must repeat itself, or what we imagine is the limit of what can happen, is to deny the power of the heart and the generosity of divine grace. We need radical lovers, inspired dreamers who dare to invite in the most outlandish, blessed intervention of the universal heart for all beings. I tried to explain this to Wolfman. You can't do this without heart. It's the language of the heart. You're not going to truly access the divine. You can access the dark, which we do all the time. But the true divine that you're searching for, it's through the heart. And it's not through a woman. You can't just have that. It's not. To believe, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. You have it within your heart to be one of those prayer alchemists for humanity. 528 hertz is the love frequency of creation. The choices, decisions, and projects inspired by love have countless and far reaching positive effects. As we tune into the inner frequency, we can connect to all hearts and the powerful alchemical network, which I'm getting downloads, which delivers an infusion of divine protection and uplifting wisdom into the human collective. What are you getting? The things that I was manifesting. The heart, I tried to explain that. It starts to give you, it shows you visions, and you start to work through it and see how it could work. Right? So like earlier when I was walking through this store, I realized the places that I was talking about that were outside of Grand Junction are only right outside of Grand Junction. It's called Palisade. I remember Palisade, which is like basically they said dry desert, and that's why they can grow all the fucking fruit out there. Really? And it's literally called Fruta and all of that. There are these small little towns outside of the big city. And so I was looking that up and I was like kind of daydreaming as I was walking to the store thinking about it. I was like, I'd have to leave everything. And I was like, but I could go up there and I could, you know what I mean, start over again and spread spirituality and do all of this. I can do this anywhere. Just letting it in. The heart's like, try something new. I'm like, oh, I don't know about all that. I never been there. I never did that. And then you start letting it in. You start letting the ideas of what this is. Really? Yeah, it's far on the limits, but it's also something that I've seen, and I've always said that. Every time I've ever driven west, and since I'm a Cali girl, you've got to know, and I've drove through there. How many times have you gone to California? From Colorado since I was little, or like since I was an adult? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I'll say at least 6 times.
6, 7.
No, more than that. To be honest, I gotta be honest. It's like more like 10. Really, I have drove to California from Colorado a lot of times, or at least to Las Vegas, if not all the way to California. And with that being said, every time, bro, every fucking time I drive past there, you can see it off the side of the highway, and it's just this beautiful, lush land. It almost looks like, hmm, I was about to say Tampa, but that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking about California, and I was thinking about the vineyards, which is actually Napa. But I saw Tampa. Really, it's real beautiful. It's real beautiful. I don't know, and it's not that far. That's what I said. It's past Rifle, and that's sure enough. It's right up there. It's right past there. I know those mountains, dude. I know them quite well. I've drove through them so many times in my life. Really? So many times, bro. I know when to hit the gas and when to fucking chill. I know, you know what I mean? Because you don't climb through all of them. The elevation stops and it chills. How do you know Rifle? My aunt lived up in the high country, and realistically, Rifle was it wasn't. It was Eagle County. That's where not only where Ted Bundy escaped that fucking jail, but that's the same jail that Kobe was in. How do you know the jail? Because my cousin was in there. We drove from Denver. My best friend's sister was dating my cousin, and he got locked up there because his mom was up there, and he got caught up on some drugs or some shit. So we drove up there for the weekend because she had a hotel and shit. So I remember the fucking jail and everything. I have ties to all kinds of crazy things in Colorado. Really? Yeah. So I know the high country. As far as down south, not too much, but I did a lot of road tripping all through the state. Really? Yeah, when we were selling perfumes or just in life, going from place to place. I always tell you, dude, don't ever drive down south through the panhandle. But then they have this cool place called Hugo, Colorado, which is really tight. And that's right there, right before the panhandle. And then you get into the panhandle of Oklahoma, and there's something in there that was kind of cool. Those little towns and shit. I've been through all kinds of little shit. And that's really what it was. Is like that the heart wants to take you on an adventure. As long as you believe in God and that everything will be all right, and you work out the details of how this adventure and when this adventure and what this adventure can look like, then it could be like that. Really? I was working really hard. I've been manifesting for 3 years how to get to fucking Alaska. Last year I was really close until I realized the best way to do it after all of that work. I worked it out so many different ways in my head. It took forever. I had the money and I wanted to go. And then I realized the best way to do this was to fly. It took me a long time of mentally manifesting it, but that's the best way to do it. So I wasn't able to do that last year. Really? But it doesn't mean that we've given up that. I worked all of the mental ways about this. And that's it too. You have to understand, where are you going? I don't know. The spirit will tell me when I get there. When the time is right, I'll know. And you have to allow that. unknowing to be enough. Knowing. That's how the spirit works. It's not, you know what I mean, always guiding you. It's just guiding you towards one thing at a time, and you put all your investment into it so that you plant the seed, and in time it grows. You keep watering it, you keep giving it ideas, you keep adding to it. They don't all grow at the same time. They all need time to mature, or you need time to mature and to walk into this. Really? Pretty much. But your heart is more connected than to the universal heart. It can do all that. It opens up the doors. And that's where I'll be sitting here with my mind blown away. I mean, I know I believed in it, but wow. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, let's move on and move out. As we tune into the inner frequency, we connect to all hearts in a powerful alchemical network which delivers an infusion of divine protection and uplifting wisdom in the human collective. Priestesses, sound alchemists, and heart healers work with these frequencies, understanding their capacity to invoke the alchemical and miraculous. All right, so as a sound alchemist, I do that as well. I work with frequencies of music, and I'm always trying to share with you what vibe I'm in and what I'm working with. Really? Yeah, and a lot of high vibrational music, which is like uplifting music. I'll share a bunch of that, especially on a Sunday morning. You can look, and that's what hits me. I'm in high vibrational music in prayer and meditation on Sundays for at least, I don't know, I would say a good hour. But every morning I'm in music. All throughout the day I'm in music, and I share that with you. These are our spiritual brothers and sisters, cultivating and radiating the conscious of love, that soothing and courage inducing medicine of the soul. In a reading, this oracle affirms that honoring deep soul bonds and sharing healing with your soul tribe is an important facet of your purpose. And that's where I have to keep them connected, and we stay connected. It's like through me, I do all the hard work to prepare them for their own hard work. And if they don't do it, it doesn't matter. It's there to be done. It's like all of us have this work to do. Whenever you're ready, whenever you're ready. And I see it. I call them the bench warmers. I call them all kinds of shit. The dirty dozen. I mean, you name it. I call them all kinds of shit. At this particular moment, I'm seeing them standing on the edge of a pool and won't jump in. All of them in their little bikinis. You wear bikinis in my imagination. You are wearing bikinis. You have the power to love. I would rather jump in than sit and stare at you in your underwear, all shivering up there. You have the power of love in your heart. And it's, I mean, can you see Kanye in a pair of chonies? It is the healing spiritual glue that brings people together for a higher purpose. It inspires others and generates positive energy to enlighten the emotional load many souls carry. The 528 hertz mandala of the heart appears in your reading. You are being put on notice that the divine feminine has a vision for your soul and is organizing events accordingly. She will guide you through your heart, and through her protection, the manifestation of your soul's path is assured. Really? Yeah, it won't take you until you're ready though. On page 111. Damn, we're really about to go through the new beginnings. We're almost there. Healing process. Take a moment to consciously connect with the flow of your breath. Let the flow in and out. Allow yourself to deepen and allow yourself to deepen and lengthen the breaths, especially in exhilaration or in exhalation, excuse me. Lightly place a hand over your heart with reverence and respect. Allow your awareness to travel on the breath, going deeper and deeper, dropping into your heart. Stop right there. These are mild forms of hypnosis. Really? Yeah, these guided meditations, and I don't usually do them in all of my books. I'll say that in my archangels. I have a lot of these guided meditations of what you should visualize when you close your eyes. And I start walking you through your breaths, and I start telling you to feel the room and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's how it happens. That's how it happens. What happened? That's what happened with Dolores Cannon. Who is she? She was a she was a pioneer in hypnosis. And when she got into people's subconscious, she started accessing their past lives and was talking to their spirit guides. And she got all this information. From where? From hypnosis, from putting people to sleep and getting into their subconscious. So as I read this, I just want you to understand this is a mild dose of that shit. Really? Yeah. I'm not trying to like scare you, but this is how it works is you put yourself in a meditative state using practices like, you know, watching your breathing and then focusing on different things and invoking that image into your mind and letting that image sit inside of your body. And as I read this, I'm about to, that's what you're going to do. It's called visual meditation. But I want you to understand when done right, it's a mild form of hypnosis because you're actually putting your mind into another reality or realm of the unconscious if you're doing it right. Really? Why do you think Buddha and all of us sit around all day spaced out? I don't close my eyes. Really? Not usually. Unless I've been crying or something. All right, so here we go. Listen to what I said. Now that I said that description, let me restart with this. Allow your awareness to travel on your breath. Go deeper and deeper and drop into your heart. You can feel, imagine, or see or intend that your heart is a sacred temple, a beautiful place filled with light and space. Right there, your mind is creating the image of what your heart looks like. Follow this image. Rest within your heart with love and acknowledgement of its precious nature. Do you see an actual heart organ in your mind? Do you see the picture of a heart that we draw with our own hands? What do you
Some people
see?
can't imagine things in my brain, and some can't see colors.
That's what I mean. You let your imagination be your guide. Oh my gosh, I'm not singing fucking Disney songs. Rest within your heart with love and acknowledgement of its precious nature. If there is pain in your heart from this or other lifetimes, you can witness it gently and with compassion, thus allowing it to dissolve in the beauty, light, space, and love. Allow your sense of love for your heart and the love that your heart has for you to become strong and nourishing. Become peaceful and healed through your own heart connection. Now, do or as of now. You do not need to force anything. Love holds space for all experiences. You can rest in that sacred holding of your heart. When you have rested long enough, ground yourself, hydrate yourself, and because you have completed your healing process. Obviously, I was getting downloads of this. When you get deep into this, like I have, and the visualizations, you become the light that just travels through your body. You can see your heart. You can see your stomach. You can feel the energy flow. Really, you become the light inside of it that just lights up the areas that I mean, I don't know how to fully describe it, but you become one with your body, which is the organs and the blood flow and the veins and everything. When you do a lot of this work like we do, which is functioning on your body, it's called body mapping. So on a Friday, it still is Friday, right? Maybe not midnight. Probably not. On a Friday, it's ruled by Venus, which is the ruler of your heart chakra and all love and relationships, right? So on a Friday, as I said over and over again, your heart, the pains of your heart come to the surface so that we can face them. And that's what this says in the light. It's the same as the light as it is in the dark. The heart carries it. Why? Because it's strong enough to carry it. What makes you hurt? Your emotions to the pain, but it's not coming from your heart. Your heart's very strong. It's very resilient. It overcomes things almost immediately. Your mind can't wrap itself around it. And it causes these trembles which are emotions through your body. I've done enough of this to tell you how it works. And that's why in the beginning I did microdosing And that's why they use that form for, like, all forms of mental health recovery. It's a scientific thing they're doing right now. And what is it? Microdosing is psilocybin, magic mushrooms. They use them with people that have PTSD. It's not as bad as hypnosis or anything like that. They just dose them. I'd probably in a liquid form, I would imagine. They give them a small dosage based on, same thing with your dog. They can tell by its weight and its size how much to give. And they wait for it to set in, and then they start a therapy session. During this therapy session, you're brought back to your pains and sufferings. What this psilocybin does is it turns down the emotional effects of the visualization while you're able to speak about it. Basically, it's overwhelming because of the emotions that you feel while you're reliving these moments. The psilocybin turns it down. It turns down it. So, like, for me as a huge super psychic, when I go to this show, you know what I mean? I have to take a bunch of mushrooms. Why? I have to turn down my sensitivity levels, like, as much as I can. It sucks when I wake up the next morning and all of this is still flowing through my body, which is trying to turn it off, and I'm turning it back on. It's a hard thing, but I have to turn down the sensitivity levels when I'm in public, when I'm that close and all of that in an engulfed experience. So it's the same thing. It's too much stimulation. So as they're going back to and they're trying to tell you what happened to them, whether it's a war victim and he's trying to tell you that he literally shot babies, or he stepped on bodies, or he may have raped women, or he watched other people do those kind of things. He can see it, but the emotions that come with this visualization are crushing him to where he can't even put it into words. You can see it, you're replaying it, but the emotional spike of what you're feeling while you're witnessing it. Now, and a good example is when you watch a scary movie or any movie, you get an emotional spike. You guys like to watch thrillers because they make you scared.
I love
Okay.
it.
Well, imagine that you live in a trauma that makes you scared all the time, or you see something that makes you turn your head because it's too gross and you can't, your emotions are too much. You can't watch this anymore because of the emotions it's invoking inside of you. A good example was when they let out the Exorcist movie. Go back and look at that, dude. When they let out that movie, people were mortified. They came running out of the fucking theater. Why? Because of the way it made people feel when they were watching this film. It made them feel awful, dude. It made them scared. It made them sick to their stomach. It made them feel terrified. They couldn't deal with the feelings of what they were watching. People have memories inside of their head that they can't deal with the feelings of what they've seen. That causes post traumatic stress disorder and all the rest of it. You have seen something that has snapped your mind, and now you can't deal with the emotions of what you've seen. So there's ways scientifically where they put the emotions to rest so that you can talk about what you've seen, right? Going back to it, the heart can deal with it. It's the body. It doesn't come from the heart. It's not your heart breaking when this is happening. It's literally nervous system coming from your brain. Your brain sees a vision, and I've watched it, and it shoots down these electrical currents into your body that make you respond. And what they call is emotions. You have an emotional response to and we would call is a trigger or just a visualization. If you went outside right now and you saw somebody punch a child, you would have an emotional response. And that fucking, every time you thought of that fucking vision, you would get those same emotions over and over and over. And it would become a trauma stored inside of your body. And you start stressing that you know what I mean? You'd become very aware of people, whoever, whatever details about that situation. Now, anything a detail about that man or that child or that woman or whatever you saw, the air, anything is all triggering to those emotions. The emotions are stored in the vision. Really? And that's what makes people hysterical. They get locked in a vision and their emotions are out of control. They can't get out of the vision, and they can't control the emotions that they're feeling when they're seeing this, which is what? A memory in most cases of something they really lived through. The heart is trying to heal that. It's holding it. It's trying to heal it, and it's trying to calm you down when this is happening. There's an inner being that's trying to soothe you through this. And it does it every time that this happens to you. Your mind can't soothe you, it's your heart that brings you back down. Because at that point, your mind has lost it. You're no longer in control of your mind because you can tell when you've lost your mind by your emotions. And it's not about fully losing your mind, like they've gone mad, they're crazy, but they're not in control right now. That's what that means. They're no longer in control. Based on your emotional response, you are not in control. You are triggered. I can tell right away that I've triggered a person. They start breathing different. They're really quick to try to explain themselves. They try to force themselves. They are no longer in the conversation. Really? Yep. And that's their emotional response to, touching a wound. I said something that brings up one of their wounds. And how do I know? Because that happens to me all the fucking time. I recognize it in another. I know what it means to be triggered. I know what it means to be patterned. I know what it means to go into your survival. I know what it means to be emotionally mushy. It's not that I can't deal with, okay, well, the mind split and hid the memories. So now I deal with it. But what's the hardest part? The emotional response to what I'm seeing. That's what you're hiding. That's what you're afraid of. You're afraid of the crying. You're afraid of how mad you'll get. You're afraid of how sad you'll get. It's not what you've seen because you've already seen it a million times. You're afraid of how it feels. And you don't want to see it because of how it makes you feel. You don't want to go back to that feeling. The reason I'm bringing all this up is because it's the heart that helps you through all this. It's the heart that keeps you strong. Last Christmas, I didn't have a Christmas. We were completely homeless in my car. Everything was just the worst possible experience you could ever have. And it was my heart that was being strong. My mind is breaking. I want to die. Like, I can't deal with this. I'm like crying. It hurts so bad. My ego, my brain, it's hurting my brain that I'm in this position and I feel like all hope is gone and it feels like the end of the world because I don't have presents and I don't have a home and I can't believe I've done this and it's all my fucking fault. I'm dying, bro. I'm losing my mind and I want to die. And it's my heart. It's okay. It's okay. It's always your heart, bro. Your heart has the ability to bring peace to you and to bring peace to others. And it's way beyond logic because your mind doesn't see that it's okay. It doesn't feel okay. You can't seek that outside of someone else. Realistically, that's what everyone is doing. They're seeking someone else's heart to hold them and tell them just that. To validate all their hurts, all their fears, all their angers, all their worries, all their anxieties and tell them that it's going to be okay. And I'm proud of you and you're strong and you're not alone and God loves you and you're doing great and this is just a bump in the road. They're just words, right? But we just need those words. And then we can get our mind back on track and we can, okay, you're right, I'm tripping. But that's what you need is you need that caring heart. It's inside of you. It's great when you meet a person outside of you that cares. But they don't know the battle that's going on inside. Only your heart truly knows. It's right in the middle of it, and it's trying to help you overcome this battle of the mind. See the 27 Club. They were beautiful, wonderful people, bro, with great big hearts. None of them were killers or bad people or anything. They just suffered. Their way to fame, bro, they all had a terrible story. And they kept that story to themselves and they kept their pain to themselves. And they tried to drown it, you know what I mean? Keep their thoughts off of it with drugs and alcohol. They're no different from who we are today. And it didn't work for them, so don't think it's going to work for you. We have to fight the battles die to every day, which is the emotional pain of what we've been through. We can't talk about the heart without talking about how much it all the pain it holds for us. Our heart doesn't hurt. It's all in our mind. I'm serious. Your heart is so full of fucking love. It's just a radiant being, but it brings to the surface the hurts that you do carry. Your heart's not broken. It can't be. I always say we're doing an open heart surgery. It's covered in a bunch of shit. It's called a hardened heart. You don't have a wicked heart. It's just been hardened by its experiences. And we break that off. Really? Things that hold us back from being loving towards ourselves and towards others, that make us just absolutely hateful. If you really want the truth, we try to take off the hate. Nobody said shit about becoming a loving being. Let's just stop being so hateful. That's a great start. Really? Yeah. Everybody has hearts of gold, bro. They're just hardened and they're holding them and they won't let them speak and they won't let it be seen and they don't want you to know they even have one. I see Marshall. Marshall's nothing but heart. He's a freaking really vulnerable guy underneath all of that. Really. And he had to hide it in a really hard candy coated shell called an M&M. I love you, candy coated motherfucker. He's really soft and squishy and vulnerable and he just doesn't want to get hurt anymore, so he had to, put on the rough and tough suit. But he's nothing but heart. You've seen it in that video where he cried at his daughter's wedding. He's nothing but heart, and all of us are. The biggest warriors are nothing but heart. They put their hardened heart into the war that they fight, and that's how they're so victorious because they put their hardened heart into it. Yeah. hmm It's not just an organ. I can teach you that on Sunday. There's different layers to it. You have your heart, which is the organ, but then you have your higher heart, and that's really like it's its own connection to, that's what it said, the universal heart, where all blood, all love is flowing through. Really? Yup. You can't manifest a vision without your heart pushing you to do it. It's where your willpower comes from. Really? You can't force your body to do some shit your heart knows is wrong. But then your heart can push your body to do things that your body thinks it cannot do. Really? If you have the heart, bro. And that's where it is we've cut off our hearts, the flow of our hearts to anything we do. We do it straight from our mind. We put our back into it. We don't have any heart. You know what I mean? We're cold and calculated to what it is we do, and we don't take into consideration feelings, our own feelings, or pretty much anyone else's. We're numb to it. Really, quite a bit, to be honest. And that's that distance you have with your own children, with your parents, with anybody close. You don't let them in. Really? Hey, guilty as charged. With that being said, open up your heart while you lay there. Listen to it. Do this meditation. It's how it all started with me. My first video, my first meditation. I thought I was having a heart attack. I don't know. I was having, I had panic attacks. My heart felt like it wouldn't stop racing, all kinds of things. I did a guided meditation and I found in there that I was in love. My heart beat for somebody and it was hurting. Really? Pretty much. We could say that now. It's all in the videos. That's what it was. My heart was hurting. It wanted to love someone and I wouldn't let it. And it had a lot of pain too. That's what they said. Who said? The hospital. They're like the body and the mind can only take so much pain before it breaks. That's what happened. My mind couldn't take any more pain. My body couldn't hide it anymore. So it started oozing out. It's just a lovely story. Really? Yeah. I hope you don't crack open like an egg like me and just be all over the place like that. But it's going to come out one way or another because you can't take all this heartache to the grave. You can't get to heaven with that hardened heart. You carry a lot of secrets, your own and others. You're protecting nobody by carrying all this pain. Really? Yeah. Not speaking of my childhood, I thought I was protecting my family. I didn't want people to think poorly of the life that those that were part of my life. I didn't want to take everyone down by telling everybody how bad my life was. But I did know, letting everybody believe that they were better than they were was not doing any justice. Hiding behind the false masks was not doing any justice. And that's exactly what I did when I grew up. Just tried to hide it all under a false mask, pretend like I didn't have anything to do with any of that. Now the stories come out and you're like, oh my God, you have no idea, bro. I can't, it started in my family. It just got bigger. It's like I never even got away from drugs, really. My ex husband, you know what I mean? The last one turned out to be a whole fucking drug junkie and everything else. I'm positive that Bobby's fucking with drugs. Tree was on drugs. Everybody's on drugs, bro. Fucking Morgan, you know how much my first friend, and she turns out to be on drugs. Everybody was. They just are. Why do they do drugs? To cope? They're not doing it for fun. They're doing it as coping mechanisms because they're trying to drown out their thoughts and feelings. They're trying to go numb. It's the only thing I know about drugs and alcohol. It's not for a good time. It's to get out of the time that you're dealing with. How nice is that? Hey, dude, I say this all the time. I do. I could drink. It's not going to make anything better. It's going to make it worse. Really? Promise you that. I've seen it, bro. Never makes anything better. It just makes it worse. Harder to deal with when it comes back to the surface. Because now you have the guilt of what you tried to do to get rid of it. There's no escaping the pain of the heart. We just got to deal with it. I'm here to help you. All right? Love yous. Laters. See you mañana. Mañana, people.